Hello, and welcome to coverage of custom standard casual matches. Today we're going to be watching a match between Zarepath and Fazzer. It looks like Zarepath is on his Bant Flash deck, which won the previous constructed tournament. So you can see here we have the Tigal promo, which he got for winning that tournament. Meanwhile, on the other side of the table, we have Fazzer, who is on. I'm not sure. It could be red-black tradition. Epic of the Lovers would be an interesting new addition for creating a bunch of treasure tokens which could then be sacked. So we're seeing Fazzer turn 2 play a Hunter Seeker. It's a strong card for grindy aggressive decks. It's not really what you want in a straight like mono red aggro shell because of not having haste. But in something like Fazzer's deck, which is aiming to be a little bit more slow, go with the flow, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, assuming that this is red-black tradition. I'm seeing Tempered Onclim, some red-black lands, so I think that's probably what it is. So Zarepath, in response to Fazzer attacking with Hunter Seeker, is going to Wander the Unknown it, exiling it. Wander the Unknown is essentially a Path to Exile, except it costs 1 more mana. Then main 2, Fazzer is going to play Tempered Onclim. It's a 3/3 for 3 colorless, and you can either gain 3 life or drain 3. So you can see Fazzer's draining 3, trying to be aggressive here. Zarepath unfortunately doesn't really have. Okay, so Zarepath's main play here is probably going to be play Bounty of the Gardens and trade with Tempered Onclim if Fazzer decides to attack, and then next turn has Darkroot Tracker and Tigal to be able to flashback Bounty. No, Zarepath is just going to take it. Interesting. So, yeah, Fazzer's just going to tap out for another Tempered Onclim, but Zarepath has the Mystic Rebuttal to stop it. Fangmarked Cave. So Fazzer playing on Fangmarked Cave. It's essentially a transform land, which transforms into a 6/6 with Death Touch, which can pay, I think, 5 black to destroy target creature, gain 3 life, and put 3+1/+1 counters on it. The catch is that you have to pay half your life to do it. But it's definitely really dangerous, and Zarepath not having another Wander the Unknown to be able to stop it is a huge blow. Well, actually, technically, Zarepath does have Tigal, so I think probably what the play is going to be is Zarepath plays another land, and then in response to Fazzer transforming Fangmarked Cave, Zarepath has Tigal, which is why I think Zarepath should just take the damage here, in case Fazzer main 2 transforms Fangmarked Cave. Instead, Fazzer's going to tap 2 for currency. So this is a discovery, which is essentially, if you play Dominaria, you can think of it as a saga, except instead of sacrificing it after the last step, it sticks around, and you get a static effect at the end. So on Zarepath's end step, or sorry, on Fazzer's end step, Zarepath's going to cast Darkroot Tracker, returning Wander the Unknown to his hand. So that has that gives Zarepath a hedge against the Fangmarked Cave. It also means that with 5 separate lands, Zarepath can cast Bounty of the Gardens and just block Tempered Onclim and then still have removal. Or Darkroot Tracker does Darkroot Tracker does trade well here. Fazzer does have a tradition here though, which is really strong. I think probably Zarepath will Epic of Ekbrom for 2 here in order to counter this. Oh no, Zarepath lets it resolve. I don't know about this, especially since Zarepath's deck doesn't really have a way to deal with resolved non-creature permanents. And, or I guess Epic of Ekbrom can bounce. Okay, actually, I lied. Epic of Ekbrom can bounce it, and that's actually a really good way of dealing with it. I forgot. So just wait until Fazzer mills himself for a little more, and then just use Epic to bounce it before it hits the 3rd mode. Meanwhile, with this Bounty of the Gardens token being a 5/5, that's a uh, oh, that's a 5-turn clock for Fazzer. So I guess Zarepath's hope is as long as Fazzer can't keep anything important on the table, be able to stop it. Fazzer did top deck another tradition here and has banished to be able to kill the plant token. But I think Zarepath is in a really strong position right here. So Fazzer playing out another tradition, yep. Zarepath does have Epic of Ekbrom Virtue, so can bounce both traditions. Of course, that means Fazzer will just gain even more life by replaying them, but still. So tapping 4 for Darkroot Tracker, bringing back Bounty. Yep, bringing back Bounty. Zarepath is just going for the throat here. And now has enough mana to cast a Bounty on end and also immediately flash it back with Tigal. So does that give lethal next turn? I think Zarepath may be forced to bounce Epic of Ekbrom right here. I'm sorry, bounce Tradition with Epic of Ekbrom. What is Fazzer has a lot in grave. Yeah, assuming that Fazzer can't resolve a creature here, Bounty plus Tigal ends up putting 12 more damage on the board. So pretty strong. Yeah, and Fazzer's gonna waste, or no, Fazzer sacked a treasure token to Deadeye Shinobi in order to kill Darkroot Tracker. So yeah, on end, gonna play the Bounty that Zarepath recurred with Darkroot Tracker. And then tapping, yep, doing the line I predicted, playing Tigal, and then it's gonna flashback Bounty. Zarepath has Wander the Unknown for Deadeye Shinobi, and therefore can just swing out and win the game on the spot. And that, oh no, okay, Zarepath's just gonna Epic of Ekbrom, bounce Deadeye, bounce Tradition, and yeah, Fazzer concedes. So game 1 goes to Zarepath. It's kind of surprising because Zarepath's deck kind of plays like it's tempo-y or controlling, and the main advantage of tradition decks is that they're really grindy mid-range decks, and so generally the plan is you drop a bunch of stuff. Even if they answer it, you have tradition to eventually just get more value out of everything you have. But in that situation, it really ended up being that Zarepath just landed a way faster clock than Fazzer could deal with. So Fazzer is keeping at 7, as Zarepath is mulliganing to 6. Both players have really weird hands, I'd say. Zarepath has only interaction. Meanwhile, Fazzer has a bunch of lands, 2 Duress, and an Epic of the Lovers. So, but Duress is fine, I guess. Just grab Negate, or actually Epic is way scarier here. I don't know. Probably grab Epic, and then next turn grab Negate this turn. Next turn grab Epic with the next Duress. Or grab Dissipate and Epic of Ekbrom and then only resolve creatures. But that doesn't seem to be a good plan with Epic of the Lovers. Okay, yep, Fazzer grabs Epic of Ekbrom. And yep, tapping the other duress for, I'm assuming, dissipate. Yep. The negate does hit Epic of the Lovers, which hurts. And also Zarepath top decking a Tigal, but Zarepath can't use the Tigal because negate isn't in grave, because Tigal can only flashback instants or sorceries with converted mana cost 2 or less. So, well, technically, I guess Zarepath has the opportunity to cast one of these here. So Fazzer knows that Zarepath has the negate, so is probably, despite having tradition, going to play Tempered Oncolin, but Zarepath has the Essence Scatter for it. Oh no, interesting. In response is going to... I don't know that I agree with this, because Zarepath doesn't have removal or a good way to be able to block this Tempered Oncolin. So why not just Essence Scatter it, and then next turn Zarepath can hope to draw into a land to have Tigal to answer something else. Oh wait, let me read Harrow again. Oh my god, I completely missed the fact that Harrow puts the lands in untapped. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. So Zarepath used Harrow to ramp, and then use the lands that he grabbed off of Harrow to Essence Scatter. Meanwhile, Fazzer's just going to play a currency and then pass. On end, Zarepath is going to play Bounty of the Gardens, making a 4/4 plant. And this is feeling like a repeat of last game, honestly. And Fazzer is just kind of in a place where he can't cast anything because he knows Zarepath has to negate, but okay, double tradition will do it. So now Fazzer plays one tradition, doesn't care. Oh no. On end, Zarepath is going to play Darkroot Tracker, bring back Bounty of the Gardens. Oh no, bring back Epic of Ekbrom. Completely forgot that Darkroot Tracker could trap any instant or sorcery. Yeah, this is a really bad place for Fazzer to be in. Especially because I think Fazzer should have just played Tradition last turn. Like, given the information that Fazzer had, Fazzer should have just played Tradition last turn, and then let it be countered, and then play another Tradition this turn. Because it's not like Fazzer has the mana to play 2 Traditions in a single turn. So Fazzer going down to 9. We know on end, speaking of on end, on Zarepath's end, Fazzer's going to play Epic of the Lovers to kill Darkroot Tracker. Zarepath's, I think, thinking about whether to let this resolve, because I don't think there's a reason not to let this resolve, because on end, Zarepath just Tigals, flashes back Bounty for 5, and then has enough damage to kill Fazzer next turn. Fazzer could banish the plant token right here. I think the problem is whatever Fazzer does, it gets countered. Like, actually, if Fazzer plays Tradition, Zarepath doesn't care. If Fazzer plays Banish, Zarepath probably counters it. So Tradition resolves, Fazzer goes up to 11, but then Zarepath gets an additional 7 damage on the board, which is exactly enough to kill Fazzer. And Fazzer concedes. So good games to Zarepath and Fazzer, but Zarepath takes it convincingly 2-0.